Hey up, I'm the Yorkshire Time Lord, and these are my thoughts on the Doctor Who RTD2 Reddit leak. Okay, so there's been a new Doctor Who leak doing around lately on Reddit about the upcoming Russell T Davies era of Doctor Who, which sounds very weird to say given that we had the Russell T Davies era back in the 2000s. But here we are, Russell T Davies returning to a show again to show on it, so we're certainly in for a treat regardless of whether this leak is true or not. But the leaker, claims to know someone who works for Bad Wolf Studios, which isn't really a shocker, really, given that all these, leakers tend to say the same thing. But it's worth noting that's where he claims the leakers come from. But anyway, he's saying that the second special features not only David Tennant as the 15th Doctor and Catherine Tate as Donna Noble, but it also features Matt Smith as the 11th Doctor, Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor, and Bonnie Langford as Melanie Bush. And apparently it takes place on the Nerva Beacon, whereas yet again another ruin infestation. And it's all about the Doctors trying to work out why it feels so similar to what they went through in the past with Tom Baker's Doctor. So yes, it sounds like quite an intriguing mystery. And apparently the reason why Melanie Bush is there is that she's now a scientist working on board of the Nerva Beacon, which, that sounds like quite a sort of cool development of her character, and it seems like we're going to get a stronger male compared to the one that we got in the classic series. So apparently the third special then sees the 14th Doctor and Donna Noble arrive in the land of fiction, where they encounter Neil Patrick Harris's The Toy Maker, as well as Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor. And apparently this is a shot in the trailer where essentially Russell T Davies said that if they revealed the actual real location, it would spoil it. So that does make sense, because if it showed the right void, you'd know, oh no, it's the land of fiction. But apparently it reveals that the Toy Maker essentially has been behind this all along, and he's the reason why essentially the first special reminds the Doctor of when he encountered Peter the Meep and the Wrath Warriors before in the Doctor Who comic strips, and why the second special feels so similar as well. Apparently it's a toy maker creating his idea as a fan of the Doctor's adventures of the IO Doctor adventure. So it sounds like quite a fun sort of meta commentary on fandom, which would be quite a lot of fun. Hopefully it won't be as bad as Love and Monsters, which still makes me cringe. Because I think there is some potential in a bit of meta commentary, but I think Love and Monsters handled it really badly. And I think nowadays as well, it's such a topical thing to do that it would work quite well to take that approach now, with these 60th anniversary specials. So Alika claims that the recent Twitter post by Shea Productions with the 14th Doctor, Donna Noble, and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is actually a real leak, despite him claiming that he made it himself and posting a load of tweets showing how he made it. But apparently that's actually real, and it was actually a genuine leak, and that's actually a scene from the first special where the 14th Doctor, Donna Noble meet the Ncuti Gatwa Doctor. So I'm certainly very interested to see that happen on screen. So the leaker also goes into great detail about Ncuti Gatwa's first series as well. And it apparently also confirms the recent rumours of Stephen Moffat returning to Doctor Who. Because the leaker claims that that is indeed true and Stephen Moffat is returning. Apparently his episode centres around the Doctor being stuck on a landmine, unable to lift up his foot. And whilst this is going on, Ruby Sunday trying to find a way to deactivate the landmine and encounters all these ghostly figures of soldiers who've died in the past. So it sounds like quite a dark and spooky episode, quite typical kind of Stephen Moffat territory. Not really too surprising as something that could come from Stephen Moffat. So it sounds like quite a unnerving kind of episode to check out. But I always like Stephen Moffat's horror-focused episodes. He's really good at writing horror. So I'd certainly be quite keen to watch that episode if his leak turns out to be true. So another thing that the leaker claims is that the episode has been spotted filming lately, the one with the alien slug, is about a alien slug that brainwashes people into killing each other because of their prejudices. So basically, it features people killing each other because they don't like the gender or the race of their disability, because there are unfortunately some people that care about such trivial matters like that, which is quite sad, but those people do unfortunately exist. Now, it is something that I could see Russell T Davies doing, because when you think about some of the episodes he's done in the past, he has done some Doctor Who episodes in the past that have such biting political commentary, like Aim to London, World War III, for instance, have been quite have taken quite a cynical approach to our political landscape. So it seems like a very Russell T Davies move to do an episode that's essentially a political satire. Apparently, it even got as far as to feature a in-universe episode of Question Time, where Fiona Bruce talks about this alien slug that's been brainwashing people against each other. And there's also a party called Albion, which is basically a Doctor Who version of UKIP. So, it seems like it's going to be an episode that's going to deal with, themes of, people in society that still hold these old-fashioned views, these outdated views on, different factors within society. Certainly, it's an episode that sounds quite interesting to check out, and I'd certainly like to see the online reaction. Because I could imagine some of the Not My Doctor lot that weren't happy with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor might take offence to the episode when they were basically thinking that Russell T Davies' return would mean that Doctor Who would be, in their words, not going woke, which is a lot of nonsense. I don't really see what's so wrong about representation and showing people from all walks of life. But I guess, some people, they just want to see the same faces and hear the same voices, which I think is, really quite sad, and it's a shame that we can't all just accept each other for our differences and all just embrace each other. Because it'd be a bit boring if we were all the same, to be honest. But yeah, I can certainly see Russell T Davies using it as a theme for an episode, showing the humanity at its worst and its inner prejudice and the sort of more prejudiced members of society. I can certainly see him doing that, to be fair. And the leak also gives some information about potential guest stars for the new series as well. Apparently, Sir Brian May is making a cameo as the husband to Mrs. Flood, played by Anita Dobson. And I think that would be quite a fun sort of reference to the fact that the pair are married in real life. Sir Brian May and Anita Dobson are a real life married couple, so it would be quite a neat nod to their married status in real life. And the leaker also claims that Gillian Anderson is essentially playing the Rani, and also that Dame Judi Dench is playing Razilon as well. Which, I think that's quite, I think that would be quite cool to see. I think Dame Judi Dench would do a really great job as Razilon. I think she'd be really good at capturing that authority that Razilon needs, and also that, steely determination and that sort of corrupt nature of Razilon as well. I think she's really good at playing a character who's corrupt, but commands the screen of her authority and has this very kind of intimidating presence. And I think Gillian Anderson would be really great as Rani as well. I know a lot of fans, myself included, have been really hoping that we could get to see Gillian Anderson playing the Rani at some point, because I think she would be the ideal fit. I could just really imagine her playing a immoral scientist who's basically doing these really inhumane experiments on various creatures. So that is something that I certainly hope is true when it comes to this rumour. And lastly, the leaker claims that Jonathan Plum of Gallifrey Base is actually Russell T Davies, and he's posting in disguise on the forum site Gallifrey Base. So anyone who's on Gallifrey Base, you might have been interacting with Russell T Davies all along. So, it just goes to show, you never know. Sometimes these showrunners could be secretly posting on these internet forums without you realising. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this potential leak? Do you believe it? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.